Hey guys, Owen Ni here for the first episode of Run On Radio. So if you're not familiar, I'm Owen Ni. I'm owner of the net label Run On Recordings, and we have started a little live streaming podcast to showcase some of the music on my label, and so pretty much since this is our first episode, there's really no formula to this, so just going to go ahead and play some music for the first 30 minutes of the show, and then we will have a special guest, and tonight's special guest is Adam Harmless of the GAD ZINE, and he's also guitarist and singer for Tiger Helicide, and has some other affiliations as well. So let's go right into it. We're going to start off today with a brand new track that dropped on the label by Ancient Egu, and it's called Butterfly. So let's get going. Okay, guys, so that was Butterfly by Ancient Agu, and so now we're going to play one by a local artist, State 8. This is off of his EP he released with us, called Unvision. So, and again, I want to make sure that everybody knows that if you enjoy anything you hear, please check out runonrecordings.bandcamp.com. Most of the music is free, but if you also want to support the label, you can buy physical copies of selected works, and yeah, it would help out a ton. So here is State 8 with Unvision. There's a little snippet of Unvision by State 8, a very awesome electronic local artist that is exclusive to Run On Recordings besides some self-releases. So I want to take this time to let you guys know about an awesome gig that I've got coming Friday at Freeland's Lux Lounge. It starts at 8, and it's going to be a bunch of local DJs and artists. And it's a $7 admission fee, but ladies, you can get in free until 10 p.m. So if you want to come to the Lux Lounge Friday, it's a guaranteed good time. So next, I think we're going to play an artist that I've signed recently called I Don't Know What I'm Doing, and but he definitely knows what he's doing as far as his production. He does some instrumental hip-hop, sort of in the vein of Jay Dilla and things like that, and he's pumping out a lot of great stuff. So here's his track, Good PM. That was I Don't Know What I'm Doing with Good PM. Short but sweet for sure. So did you guys know on this day in 1980, Paul McCartney was jailed for 9 days in Tokyo with a possession of 219 grams of marijuana on him. And in an interview in 2004, he said that it was just too good to flush down the toilet. He wanted to take it with him. So a bit of useless knowledge for you, but pretty interesting nonetheless. So here coming up next is a Birmingham band, has been gaining a lot of traction actually in the Birmingham area, Sun Eyes with Dream Learning Curve. This was off the Alabama New Wave compilation released back last year, and yeah, it's got a lot of great local bands, and I suggest you check it out because it's free, and why not? So, Sun Eyes with Dream Learning Curve. Sun Eyes Dream Learning Curve. Great band. Check them out. So next, we're going to play another local artist, S Language, with The Honorary. Very, very good hip-hop. And this and so was the Sun Eyes release. We're both on the Alabama New Wave compilation. You can pick it up for free on runonrecordings.bandcamp.com. So here we go, straight into it. S Language, The Honorary.
Yeah. I go out of my mind whenever I hear something mindless. Think outside the box when a beatbox is provided. You're a dime a dozen, while I'm a dozen diamonds. To dumb it down, I'm double the depths of the best rhymers. Speaking subtle, but I can flex fresh-minded. Muscular metaphors in the form of a titan. Spars with spears with giants, death-defying. The depth add depth, let feel songwriting. But excuse my usage of ideals. I'm the type of being that sees what God's dream. No hallucinogenics in my psychedelic scenes. I make hits equivalent to hits of dimethyltryptamine. And on tracks, my tantrums are tantric. Grand and elaborate with wordplay antics. Spazzing, I start blacking out, causing damage. The phantom in all black who spits that black magic. It's the honorary. It's the honorary. It's the honorary. With thoughts heavy as metal, graceful with the wisdom, flow gentle as rose petals. It's the honorary. Yo, it's the honorary. Yeah, see, it's the honorary. With thoughts heavy as metal, I'm graceful with the wisdom, flow gentle as rose petals.
Now we got to get this thing right. What is needed is a realization that power without love is reckless and abusive, and that love without power is sentimental and anemic.
So I'm staring at the rap game like Malcolm out the window. Replace gun with mic, press play on an instrumental. Inherited the art of word bending I was meant to. Tempered wheels of steel, I'm a tempest over tempo. No temporary love, this template is what I stick to. Lepers testify to my skill, they say I'm sick too. Spotted in the ciphers, rhyming with the righteous. With prophets making profits out of poetry deciphered. But this isn't for gaining opulent wealth. This is that relaxed, abstract knowledge of self. Outer space meets inner peace, inspiration is felt. In tune with the cosmic powers, I'm live from Orion's belt. Swam through constellations, mind on vacation. Seeking thoughts native to clandestine locations. Theories from the low end, loose translations. Coded in broken language on the loose leaf pages. It's the honorary. It's the honorary. Yo, it's the honorary. With thoughts heavy as metal, graceful with the wisdom, flow gentle as rose petals. It's the honorary. Yeah, said it's the honorary. Yo, it's the honorary. With thoughts heavy as metal, I'm graceful with the wisdom, flow gentle as rose petals.
All right, S Language, The Honorary. So, we're about halfway through the music portion of this, and then we've got an awesome interview with Adam Harmless. I know it's going to be great. Editor of GAD ZINE and blog, and he's also the co-founder of Murder Boy Music, a CD label that is coming to you soon. And but now we're going to play Erica Gluck, a Nashville artist. This is my remix of her song, In the Hills. So here we go. version of the full 6 minutes, you can grab it on Run On Recordings. So I know this is being streamed on YouTube, and if any of you have commented, I'm actually not able to see it. So hopefully the Spice Radio gods have talked to you if you have been trying to communicate. So I think we're going to end tonight's segment as far as the music goes. We're going to end it on Deep Warmth. He's a really close friend of mine. He's not local, but Deep Warmth's Summer Breeze. This come from his Childhood's EP that he recently released on the label. And yeah, so we're going to play that one all the way out, and then we're going to take a quick little intermission to get me set up with Adam, and then we will start the interview portion. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the music. Like I said, if you hear anything you like, runrecordings.bandcamp.com. You can probably snatch it for free because 99.9% of the music on Run On Recordings is free. But feel free to donate because that is what keeps the music free. So yeah, we're gonna get started with Deep Warmth. And, yeah. just now tuning in, I'm Owen Ni, and this is Run On Radio, essentially, is to showcase Run On Recordings music, which is the net label that I run 100% by myself. If you like anything you hear, you can grab it for free or feel free to donate. If you want to keep in, if you want to make sure you catch all the latest releases and everything coming on the label, we currently don't have a newsletter for the label. I'm working on that. But what you can do is you can go like my Facebook page, which is Owen Ni Official. That's Owen Ni Official. So I hope you like the music portion. Yeah, we're about to get ready for the interview with Adam Harmless. So see you in a minute. Yeah. So do you have any advice for artists?
Okay. I'm hearing us. It's scary.
We're hearing some playback, but anyways, that's...
So, yeah.
That's just regret that's echoing off the wall.
Wow.
Did you see it? Okay.
You can hear the shame.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my advice is, if anybody should listen to me, my advice is, nobody's going to make any money doing this.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, somebody might, but...
Maybe.
Highly unlikely. So you should be doing what you love doing. And you should be making music and noise or whatever that you like. And if other people like it, that's great. And if you like making music people like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be doing it with the goal of trying to get rich. Because you're not going to.
Yeah.
And you're going to be disappointed. And you're probably not going to make as good a music anyway. Might as well just do something you love. Make it good.
Yeah.
That's
I agree 100% with that. So, how about, like, artists getting gigs? You think that you maybe like the house venue is the way to go when you're starting out, or do you think you want to go head on to bars? Or
it really depends on the band situation. You know how it is. Like, you know, I don't usually think it's a good idea for a band just to instantly start trying to tour and stuff. There's some bands who really do that. Like, they have the ability to, so they just go on the road instantly, and they have no idea how to play in front of people or anything like that.
Right.
So you need to at least have the basics down first.
Right.
I'm saying this as if I could play in front of people worth a damn.
No, I mean, it's good because, you know, when you, if you're lucky enough to, because any kind of shows I've landed, there's like a demo process.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're a lucky enough a band that you don't have to submit anything and they just let you play, and you get up there and look like an ass, then that's on you.
Yeah, I'm a big believer I'm a big believer in recording stuff anyway.
Right.
I think of things as like an artist. So I like having a CD because it's something that's permanent.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
But I'll say the CDs make it a lot easier to have those live performance moments, because then people already know what you're about. You don't have to go and play it for them and then disappoint them. They can already hear what it is, and that's it. They know what they're getting.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Well, cool. So, I mean, let's talk about Murder Boy music. You want to explain?
Okay. Basically, I've been looking at wanting to re-release some of our previous CDs, and I wanted to have each. In the past, I've compiled a lot of them together,
right?
And I feel like you end up losing some of the statement that it's making, like the point. Like it'd be like reading like one book and then just tacking another book at the end of it, and the books might not even really be that similar.
Right. Yeah.
So, this is kind of a different way of doing that. So now you can hear it in the context that it's supposed to be heard. And so I want to do that, and then I started looking at like other members of the band. They have other side projects and stuff, and I wanted to put that out there. I've been making noise off and on throughout the years. I've put out on my own like over 30 little just noise albums of just racket.
Right.
And nobody likes it. They like it even less than they like Tiger Hellside. But it'll be available for people to hear.
Right.
And now we can just put out whatever we want to. We can. There's other bands that aren't around anymore, so they're not actively trying to sell their CDs. So I might try to re-release some of those. Yeah. Whatever kind of fits with sort of what we're doing. It doesn't have to sound like us. Just seem like it complements what else we're doing.
Right, yeah.
And we're going to be I mean, we're going to be putting out some weird, crazy stuff that people are not ready for.
Yeah, it's my favorite kind, is the weird, crazy stuff. So, I mean, initially it sounds about the same goal as Run On Recordings, because when I started Run On Recordings, it was mainly to stop the whole segregation of label sort of thing, because we live in a time where people feel like a label has to sound like everything on that label has to be the same blueprint. And see, I like so many different things that I want to be able to have where everybody can coexist, I guess, like that.
Yeah, things that feel good together, but they don't match. They don't have to match.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, well, let's talk about your, like, roots, like, you know, what kind of music did you listen to as a teenager, or what influenced your band?
The big thing that got me started in music was the first Faith No More album, We Care a Lot, by Chuck Mosley. Not Introduce Yourself, they had the re-recording, but the first album, which has just been re-released like last year. It's really good. But it had, it's I mean, a lot of it's just a post-punk album. It's punk, post-punk, has a little bit of rap, because it has the original version of We Care a Lot. It has, you know, just metal riffs in it and stuff. So it really showed me that there's all these other different kinds of music out there that I'd been missing, and it really filled in a gap. So that opened me up to just keep trying to find all this other stuff. So that got me started. So anything that's has the punk rock attitude, doesn't have to be punk rock,
right?
Not punk rock, but the attitude, the DIY aesthetic really appeals to me. They already have their foot in the door if they have that.
Yeah, nice. Well, so you want to touch on the GAD zine?
Yeah, it's a old school black and white photocopied stapled together zine.
Yep, we actually have one right here.
Fancy with the late great Chris Lee on the cover.
We can.
There you go. Yeah, Purdy. So basically, it's just whatever music or art or poetry or anything that we like. If it's independent, we want a part of it. And that's it. So it's user submitted. People can mail off or email us and just get in touch with us, and we'll put it in there, because it has to have contributors put stuff together. But it's very punk rock in its attitude, kind of like what I said before about doesn't have to be punk rock.
Yeah, but it's the mind frame.
Yes, DIY spirit, and that's what it's about. It's about energy, and it's really about independent art, the beauty of independent art.
Cool. Well, I mean, do you want to plug anything? I mean, I'm kind of running out of questions, but I mean, do you have any bands locally that you really digging, or?
God, that's almost like there's a clog, because there's so many good bands that it just blocks it up. Yeah, you know?
Like.
Oh shoot! Why would you do this to me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like that go-to thing.
Yeah.
It's like anybody. Like.
Oh, I know. I know what I'd like to plug.
Okay.
The compilation that we put together.
Okay.
That has the bands.
Is it this one?
Yeah, I lost the copy. Oh, I'm sad on it.
Oh. Haha.
So, we put this together to earn a little bit money for the zine. Whatever, if you buy it, all the money goes to making copies of the zine, which is free. Lots of great bands on here. A lot of them are from the area. It's got Devil's Got a Hold on Me. It's got them with, this is a track from when Nate was still with them. When Nate was still with us. You know, he sang on that, and it is pretty great. It also has In Vain with Chris singing on it. So it's a pretty good thing. It's dedicated to them. But, I mean, there's so many great bands that we've got. Casket Kids finally put out their album, last year. I've been waiting for them to do that. You know, it's taken a while, but they got done. And that's really what I appreciate and that's something I can't stress people enough, is just because you don't get something done when you'd like to get it done doesn't mean you can't finish it.
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, I'm behind on the latest issue of the zine. I wanted to put it out in December, and other stuff came up, and it just didn't get done.
but everybody should know that it will get done.
Right.
And everything gets done. It took me 4 years for my band to get our second album recorded.
Yeah.
And we accidentally released it like exactly on the same day 4 years later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was like Friday the 13th or something.
That's fate. That's
but
fate.
we accidentally did that. But it took us 4 years to get it done. The material was already there. It's just we just had other stuff came up and it just never happened.
Right.
But it gets done. And that's it. I started shooting a horror film 10 years ago? Like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's going to come out sometime in the next 10 years, I promise you. I promise you. But, I mean, a lot of these bands, we have Bad Susan. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. That's a new band, Bad Susan. It's got female vocals. You don't get enough punk rock with girls singing around here.
Yeah.
You need a lot more of that.
I mean, there's a couple in Nashville, but definitely around here it's not a thing.
No,
really.
And there's room for everyone to be making music.
Exactly, yeah.
And I'm almost confused why I don't see more people making music, because there's no rules to how to make music.
You can just do it.
No, I mean, part of the charm is, to me, if I make some noise and somebody goes like, that song sucks, I'm gonna be like, they thought it was a song.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, wow, they said it was a song. It was a song.
Yeah.
So that's it. So Bad Susan, that's a good one. See, it's a good thing I picked this up. That helped me.
Yeah. So you heard it from Adam. If you're not making music, go get an instrument or a pan or something.
Anything.
Yeah, and start beating the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
I'll pick up your CD for you. There you go. So yeah, you want to talk about Tiger Helicide? I mean, the members, or you know.
Yeah. We recorded our second album last year, and used one of our tracks, one of our more experimental ones on one of the compilations. And
Alabama New Wave. Mm-hmm. It's features a lot of just North Alabama acts, really. The farthest we go down is Birmingham, but the rest is kind of, Tennessee Valley sort of.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that's, that's an example of doing whatever the hell you want to do with stuff. Is that song that you chose doesn't have anything to do with other stuff that we were doing on there. I mean, it sounds like the same guys making noise, but we went and did that, and it reached somebody else. We didn't do that to try to reach somebody else.
Yeah. Because that was the charm for me. It was.
Yeah, so it was still authentic. Yeah. It wasn't. You're not hearing us just like making up something to try to pull somebody else in.
Yeah. We
made something that we believed in and that we thought was a statement.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. So we have a new song that's on the GAD comp that we've been slinging around over here.
Okay.
Death Rays and Razor Blades, which is one of our better songs. And we're about to start recording our third album. Okay. And our goal is to put out 3 albums this year. So we've got a whole lot of ideas. We're just really moving along. I've got great bandmates. We're probably on like the 13th version of Tiger Helicide now, as far as like lineups go.
Yeah, new bassist.
Yeah,
did I read that?
Yeah, new bassist. His name's Matthew Harris. He was in Ugly Pompous Grin. He's in Tsunambre.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff, and he's just a great multi-instrumentalist. He can play just about anything, make it sound good. He did a show with Ben Farley that I thought was pretty great. Like they hadn't even met each other before the show, and they were just making racket together.
Yeah, nice.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's the best kind, is when you can improv together like that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of out of questions, so I mean, and if you want to plug anything else really quick,
look for the GAD ZINE on Facebook. GAD ZINE on Facebook, and
Tiger
Helicide on Facebook. You won't like Tiger Helicide, but you'll love the zine. So everybody hates me for the band, but everybody loves me for the zine, so it balances out.
Murder Boy Music CD label.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming. Is their stuff already out, or is it a forthcoming?
Murder Boy Music right now is all just Tiger Helicide stuff.
Okay.
So if you look on the back of a Tiger Helicide album, it says Murder Boy Music.
Okay.
But there's a lot more. Like there's stuff we're putting out it's not music. Like literally not music.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it's art though.
Yes, it is art.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
It's almost, it's kind of art.
No, well, I mean, there's different classifications.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
it's all art.
I'm sure it's gonna touch somebody.
It will,
because there's like noise festivals and stuff, and that are just like amazing. I played with noise artists, and I actually opened up for one at the Nick Rocks in Birmingham.
Yeah, nice.
They're called Plutonian Burrito, and they make their own instruments. So
that's pretty sweet.
And it's they soundtrack their own films. So they got hand puppets and stuff going on, and it's like outer space and things like that. And it's just like a whole noise soundtrack to it, and there's a point where you're sitting down and you're like, okay, this is going to be interesting, and then before you know it's over and it's been a whole hour, and you didn't even realize it. And it's just like just kind of,
but it's art.
Yeah, but you get in the zone, and it's really cool.
It speaks to you. Not everything that speaks to you has to make you cry. If something makes you laugh, if something just makes you happy, something just keeps you focused, like that's art.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to. You're giving somebody a part of your soul. You don't have to tear out your soul to give somebody a part of your soul. It doesn't have to be like all sadness and gloom.
Right.
Doesn't have to be all happy either.
Yeah.
But if you're just honest and you make honest music or honest noise, honest racket, then it'll speak to somebody.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, who cares?
Yeah.
You're not gonna make any money anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thanks, Adam. That's Adam Harmless. Thank you for coming by. And I want to thank Spice Radio for allowing me to be able to do this. I know they're listening. The bin over there in the corner. And so, yeah, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. And till next time, Ronald Reagan. I'm not a crook. Oh.
Ronald Reagan.
Wait, wrong one?
Wrong one.
That was Nixon. That was Nixon.